Being an online store, most of the communication between you and your clients will be done electronically through email. Purchase receipts, links, validations, and so on are all handled through email, and the emails your clients receive are pretty much your public persona. Easy Digital Downloads gives you full control of the emails sent to your customers under the Emails tab in Settings. By default, the emails that are sent out by Easy Digital Downloads are pretty nondescript. They just say, thanks for your purchase, and here's the link. But you can use the features under the Emails tab to make far more advanced email, and I'll show you exactly how you can do that. Off the top, you can choose whether or not you want to use the default template as your template, or if you want to use no template and send plain text only. This basically has to do with how the email is formatted. If you write content in the box down here, and you use elements like a heading, so heading 1 or heading 2, and you use the default template, then the recipient will see the headings displayed. However, if you set it to no template, plain text only, they'll just see plain text in an email. Keep in mind that even if you apply a template, some people who get the email will still only see the plain text version. It depends on how they receive the emails. The email settings are pretty basic. You put in a from name, so that would probably be the name of your site. I'll say Hunger Guides. The next one is from email. This is the email that this email will be sent from, and it's also the email that your clients will respond to. My tip here is to create a special email address just for this, so that when people respond to your emails, you can always see where they're coming from. They're always responding from this form. That way, you don't have to get a huge inbox full of all sorts of random things. You only get the emails from this particular form in that one email address. So I'll put in hungerguides@email.com. You can also set in a purchase email subject, and here you should really put in something that describes what it is, something like your purchase from your store. Think about what you want that to say, because that's the first thing people see when they get the email. Now comes the interesting part. In this field here, you can input any content you want, and whatever content you put in will become the content people receive when they get the email. And as you can see, this is a standard WordPress editor, so here you can put in regular content and you can also add media. Just keep in mind, when you add media, that a lot of people never see the images when they get emails, so a lot of them will just see big boxes. So unless you are adding the logo, which is probably a good idea, you shouldn't add too much other information. But how do you input information about the products people use? Well, if you scroll down past the input box, you'll see there's a list of all these template tags like download list, file URLs, name, and so on. And if you put in these items, they will be replaced dynamically with the correct information. So we can use these template tags to create a meaningful email. And I'll show you exactly how that's done, because it can be a little daunting the first time. So let's build out a full email. So I'll say hi, and then I want to have the name of the actual person who bought it. So we're going to use the template tag name, your order from, and then we're going to get the site name, so the name of the site, placed on, and then we're going to get the date. And as I'm doing this, you'll see I'm using all these different features like date, the date of purchase, site name is your site name, and so on. So your order from site name placed on date has been completed. Your order details are shown below for your reference. And then I'll put in a headline. I'll say order, and then put it as H2. And then I'll say download list. And I'll hold Shift and hit return to go just one line below. Cart subtotal, tax, and order total. And I'll make this last one bold. So I'll go and hit the bold. And then I want to give the purchase details. I'll say purchase details. Make that one H2 too. And then we'll put in the purchase details. So as you can see, formatting an email like this and using these different template tags is quite easy. And you also see that the template tags are pretty easy to understand. So full name is the full name of the person, and date is a date, and a payment ID is the payment ID, and so on. So feel free to be creative about how you format this. When you're done building this template, scroll down to the bottom, click Save Changes, and then click on Preview Purchase Receipt. Now you'll actually see what this purchase receipt looks like, and you'll see here we have, "Hi John, your order from Hunger Guides placed on February 28th has been completed." And then you actually get things like the sample product title and the actual download for that and how much people paid for it and all the necessary information. So this template that I built is very good. You could, of course, enhance it by putting in your own logo or a big header or whatever you want, but you can use these template tags to make a fairly advanced email. At the very bottom on this page, you also have sale notification emails. So this is the email address or addresses that sale notifications will be sent to. And just like with the reply to email, I recommend you set up a custom email just to receive the sale notifications. That way, all your sale notifications end up in the same place and you can manage them from one location rather than having them in your email address, and then your inbox will be full of all sorts of different things. This is an option and you don't have to do it, but based on my experience, it's a better idea to handle it that way. You can also add multiple addresses here simply by adding new addresses on a new line. Like that. When you made the changes, click Save Changes, and all your settings are updated and you're good to go. Customizing the email settings and the email message will make the user experience for the customer more streamlined.